Hello guys, and here is the next episode of the most interesting urban development news from around the world. By the way, I make these episodes weekly, so subscribe to the channel not to miss the future content. And before we start, I'd like to thank to all my amazing Patreon supporters. Morocco's National Railways Authority has awarded a contract to assist in management of the high-speed line infrastructure project between Kenitra and Marrakesh to the Franco-Moroccan consortium consisting of Aegis, Sistra and Novec. In 2030, Morocco, together with Spain and Portugal, will co-host the Football World Cup, and high-speed rail development is part of the preparation for it. These investments, according to the Rail Morocco 2040 plan, include extension of the existing high-speed rail line between Tangier and Kenitra to Marrakesh, which will provide high-speed rail links between the capital Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakesh and Tangier. This new infrastructure will allow trains to run at 320 km per hour on the 430 km of the new high-speed line, making Morocco's rail network one of the most modern and efficient in the world. The project is scheduled to be opened in late 2029 in time for the FIFA World Cup. Associate Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering at the University of California, Avnes Kulhan has developed a robot called CrossBot that can help pedestrians, including children, to cross the street and reduce the number of pedestrian accidents. According to the publication, it is equipped with sensors including a lidar, microphone, radar, 360-degree camera, speaker system, and advanced algorithms. Whatever it is. And here is how it works. The robot enters a pedestrian crossing with the screen glows red. When approaching vehicle stops, the screen turns green, signaling children waiting on the side of the road that it is safe to cross. It sounds quite similar to the idea of a traffic light, isn't it? And Mr. Kulhan said he got the idea of this robot when he was driving his two young daughters to school in Fresno and saw teachers acting as crossing guards while they had work to do to prepare for classes. Well, maybe it also would be nice to visit a country where they implement the Vision Zero principles and make the streets safe, but it is what it is. By the way, the Governor Highway Safety Association, which tracks pedestrian fatalities in the United States, found that in 2022, the most recent year for which data is available, drivers killed more than 7,500 pedestrians, and this is the highest number since 1981. So Mr. Kulhan plans to improve his robot by adding a big red stop sign and believes the device could serve for decades and cost between $15,000 and $17,000. CrossBot is designed to complement and enhance human efforts, but not to replace them, Mr. Kulhan said. You know, as for me, these are all half measures. In general, we need to invent a drone that will carry people across the street by air, and it will be much more futuristic and progressive. Or alternatively, we could try to make the streets safe, but that's already too fantastical. But there are also some good news. Caltrain has launched a new fleet of all-electric trains for passengers in the San Francisco Bay Area. By the way, Caltrain is the oldest constantly operating railway in the western United States and has been operating since 1863. The very first trip on the new train welcomed various VIPs and California Governor Gavin Newsom, who was so impressed by the upgrade that he said,
"You know, we love to say about California, we love to say about San Francisco, the future happens here first. We are America's coming attraction." That's a point of pride. It's also a point of privilege. And it's also, I think, the spirit that marks this moment.
So this year, the United States has already seen two epochal urban changes: electric trains in San Francisco and garbage bins in New York. and I really don't know which one is more historic. In general, this $2 billion project, which combines local, state and federal funds, is about replacing all diesel trains with a modern fleet and electrifying a 51-mile rail line. And a total of 23 Stadler KISS 7-car double-deck electric trains were purchased for the new line. These trains can reach speeds up to 110 miles per hour and decrease travel time between San Francisco and San Jose by about 6 minutes, making the trip in about an hour. And in general, this is of course great news for San Francisco. The new trains are more comfortable, faster, quieter than the old ones, and just much more beautiful. So, congratulations. Meanwhile, Helsinki has launched a new 4.5-kilometer long tram line number 13 connecting Pasila railway station and the Kalasatama district. The new line combines elements of traditional tram lines and high-speed light rail with longer stop distances, which will result in a route speed higher than the average in Helsinki, 21 kilometers per hour instead of 14. The city authorities believe that this line will become one of the most popular in the city and will carry 4 to 5 million passengers a year. The initial budget for the new line in 2021, when construction began, was 78 million euros, and in a good Finnish tradition, it looks like the builders will end up spending a little less money on construction than planned. The Czech capital of Prague has recently implemented a reform of city buses. For about a month now, they've been stopping at all stops not by default, but only on demand. So if you're riding a bus and wanna get off, you need to press a special button, otherwise the bus will pass by. And if you're standing at the bus stop, you need to somehow attract the driver's attention, otherwise he won't stop either. Also, it is important to be in the bus stop area, not in the distance from it, because then driver will ignore you. As a result, the problem of people being injured on sidewalks by falling when trying to catch up the bus has become quite significant. At the same time, the city council representatives say that you just need to get to the bus stop on time and then there will be no problems. What a great advice. And there are also cases when drivers who are behind the schedule ignore signals and pass by bus stops, which obviously causes problems for passengers. To fix this problem, the city government promises to conduct special trainings for drivers where they will be told that it is wrong to do so and will also be fined. Not fired, fined. Most passengers, of course, are not happy with these changes, while carriers say that this system allows them to travel faster and save fuel, and that it's also more convenient for those passengers who don't get off at this stop. By the way, do you know what will allow you to save even more fuel? Not stopping at all and traveling without passengers. Then all passengers will just transfer to private cars and won't be annoyed by stopping where they don't need to get off. Perfect. So now Prague residents complain that this innovation has made using buses much more inconvenient and nervous. Lots of people are especially outraged that the same principle applies to bus stops near hospitals where there are always a lot of people who cannot move quickly because of injuries or illness. So I fully support the people of Prague here, because this system is a complete failure. Instead of calmly waiting for your bus, you have to stress and constantly look at the horizon to avoid missing it, which is especially pleasant in the rain or fog. So I hope this system will be cancelled eventually. By the way, the Argentine city of Mendoza has recently released a mobile application for tracking their public transport, and it has this feature. It is a signal to the bus driver to see you at the bus stop from far away at night and stop. And you can even set it up as a separate button on your smartphone's home screen. It looks like this is now also could be useful for Prague residents, so if anyone is interested, I'll leave a link to this app in the video description. And this is all the news I've managed to handle so far. In fact, there were much more of them, and I will try to tell you about some others next week. And by the way, you are also welcome to join my Discord community where we discuss various urban-related topics. Thanks for watching and see you next time.